See you, brother.
What's up, man?
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Faymous Podcast. As always, I'm Faymous J, and the famous guest of today is one of my close friends.
CT, man. What's up with y'all? What's up? What's happening? What's happening?
And I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Bro, I actually don't know a lot about you, man, but what I know is just like one, he's a therapist, certified.
Yes.
Like he helps the youth, like literally, like.
Yeah, I specialize in child and adolescent work. So I deal with a lot of kids that may have been diagnosed with a variety of different mental health diagnoses, whether it's ADHD, depression, family-related trauma, anger issues, and all the other things under the sun that we can talk about when we talk about mental health. So that's my specialty, is working with children. Like I said, youth and adolescents, probably between the ages of 4 and 18. And what comes along with that is also their family members. So it's never a dull day.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a whole other podcast, man. This my boy. We're not gonna talk about work right now. We hanging out. So, what made you like? Was that always your dream? Did you always want to be a therapist?
No, not at all. I didn't even really know anything about counseling or therapy. I went to school. I went to Payne College, and I got my bachelor's in mass communications, public relations. So I always wanted to be in front of the camera. I wanted to do like commercials, interviews. Wanted to be on TV, be on a radio station. No, at this time there was no such thing.
Oh, facts.
You know, this is just getting on the radio, being on TV, get on the news. You know,
Keep sweat.
Yeah, all those different things. So that was pretty much what I wanted to do when I got to college. And after getting out of college, being in Augusta, which is kind of a small market, you know, it's like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be able to get on the news. So I kind of got pigeonholed into where I really didn't even kind of pursue what I went to school for.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how that really happens to everybody. You get a degree and your next job is at bartending.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of got to the point where I'm like, man, I'm not getting famous like I thought I was gonna be, or I'm not getting the looks, you know, that I thought that I would need to get at the time to try to push myself and push my brand. So I just went and got a job at the call center, local call center. I was working there.
Wait, which one? Sitel or Telepy?
Convergent.
Oh, yeah, that one too. Yeah.
So.
Shout out Sitel. Y'all fired me though.
So I was at Convergent, and during that process, came across some legal issues, and through that, I was mandated to go to therapy, counseling. So that's kind of how I got into the whole field.
You like what you saw?
Yeah, I like the effect that it had on me and how it kind of helped me understand.
That's the best type of field to be in. Somebody, no, it wasn't no gimmick, no nothing, no trying to get you to do it.
No.
You were inspired by what this man did for you.
Right.
And you said, I want to do that for others.
Right.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I mean, and not only...
You still remember that guy's name?
Yeah. Al Jones.
Man, that's powerful.
But it's not so much of what he did for me, it was the benefits that I gained through the therapeutic process. A lot of times people get it confused, like your therapist is the one that's doing something for you. They're not.
Oh, they're just showing you the process that helps.
It's just
they're trained in that process.
And that's it. So it was more so, like I said, what I gained from it through my own self-reflection and understanding. And so that's pretty much what spurred the thought process as to how can I get in this field and really do this. So then I went to grad school. I went through a Master's of Counseling program, which was an intense program. You know, I went through a lot of different self-growth and self-development processes just by trying to graduate through that program. So, in doing so, that's kind of what got me into the field and got me doing it.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I like one of my friends owns his own real estate company. My other friend is a therapist. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, for sure, man.
Surround ourselves with great company. And I own my own production company, so we surround ourselves with great company.
Definitely.
I promise you that.
Definitely. Y'all had something going on.
Hey, always. That's I'm a big believer in starting your own business, man. I'm a huge believer in that. You got to, because I mean, you're already working for somebody. Why not work for yourself?
It's always, I mean, you know, and you can always find a way to have your own
something.
Yeah.
Just have your own something. Even if you work too, just do your own thing.
And that could be in any industry, you know, because you may not always, you may, like in my profession, I couldn't just come out and start working for myself doing this type of work. So you may have to work with somebody or under somebody to get to where you need to get to. And then at that point, go ahead and branch off when you have the full understanding and, you know, full scope of whatever you need to be able to operate. Because you can't just say, I want to be a doctor. I'm going to start seeing people.
Well, hold on. You remember the little boy that did that? It got locked up.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But you can do anything.
Yeah, now what happens after now? If you want to have a successful business, like I said, depending upon what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? You can't just say, I want to do ass shots for people.
He was writing fake prescription stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope because you got boards, you got all kind of different requirements that you have to meet to be able to successfully operate with, you know, within that field without going to jail or prison, right? So, you know, just being aware and having a plan of what you want to do, it can take a long time. You know, this therapy thing for me, it's been 7 years, you know, stuff that people haven't seen. So I'm excited about the opportunity to try to go ahead and go to the next level. Hopefully once my paperwork comes back from the board for full licensure, that will allow me to go ahead and create my own entity.
I'm excited.
You know,
it's definitely going to happen. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
God willing. So, but yeah, man, it's very important to try to find your way because I've been working under someone for 3 years, you know, so just taking that time out to learn the game, you know, and also understanding that for me to get to where I need to go, sometimes I may have to be used, you know what I'm saying, in this field, or like I said, depending upon your field, if you can't be used in this field, you're useless. Somebody has to be able to allow you to basically help them get their stuff done. And they're giving you the recommendations that you need and the referrals that you need to be able to then submit your stuff
to not what you know, it's who you know.
So a part of that is the grind, free work, internships. You know, I had 2 years worth of intern, you know. One intern, I wasn't getting paid anything. Bills still come in, you know. Other intern, I got paid half of all the work I did. So, like I said, it's just about staying down with the process, you know. Nothing happens overnight. Even when it's your business,
and that's powerful too. Nobody sees how much work you put in behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And it's often a lot more than you guys know. Like you just see us, but you don't know how the equipment, the lights, the camera, the editing, all this stuff. It's a lot. And so it's dedication because I love doing this.
Right, and I'm the same way with it. But you know, because people don't see all those things, sometimes it can be hard, you know what I'm saying, for you to even kind of relate to individuals, especially when they try to talk to you about things that you, in your field that you've had to actually go through and experience, you know. I like the motivating factor, right? Because like I say, I want to try to do this, that, and the third, but you know, sometimes it's just a little far-fetched.
Real life happens.
Right.
To everybody. Not everybody's able to do certain things, but everybody can do something.
Right. But you know, just be mindful of that.
Man, it's kind of, oh God, you guys might watch me get a free therapy session. It's kind of hard to be mindful of it when you know the hard work you put in. You just said it was 7 years of work, bro. Until you said that, I didn't know how long you've been doing this. I just know you're a therapist now. I don't know the journey. I would have never known that you had a court mandate that made you go there to see somebody that inspired you. This is my first time hearing all this.
Right.
You had a very long journey to get to where you at.
Definitely.
So how can somebody take that away from you by not?
Well, they can't because I have the education behind it.
I know, but it's still disrespectful. To me, I feel like...
I mean, it could be, but people don't know.
If you treat it like it's just overnight thing...
But people don't know.
Exactly.
So somebody will say, oh, well, you're a therapist. Well, I'm going to be a therapist too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you be talking to the kids, right? And they can relate to you, right? Because you was out there.
See, I'm in the streets, so I can make the streets relate
with me too. And I'm like, we can, but you are valued. We do have a place for you. You know what I'm saying? Your experiences don't undermine mine, and vice versa.
Right.
But in the same sense,
Respect my
you gotta
experiences.
put a little respect on
Come on.
what's happening.
Come on, right now.
Just to, you know what I'm saying? That's not to pop shit or to, you know, like I said, but it's just
respect.
Just understanding, like, you know.
And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes what's wrong with feeling like you're the best ever? Because you're the only you got. So if you feel like you're the best therapist in the world, you ain't out the field, bro. But if you feel that way, you should. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not cocky.
I mean,
that's valuing yourself, I feel like.
It's not, but like I said, with therapy, it's not even about me being the best or the worst.
But you feel like you can help the most people.
Right. I feel like I'm effective in what I do, and I feel like I have something to offer. You know.
Do you feel like you're more effective than the people that you work under? At certain,
I wouldn't say because it's so many different specialties when it comes to mental health. I can't say that I'm better than this person or they're
y'all
better
have
than
two
me.
different specialties.
Because we have it could not only be different specialties, but it could just be different scopes of practice.
Right.
The way I approach issues, client concerns, and mental health disorders could be totally different from how this therapist approaches.
Okay. So it's not as black as white as saying I'm the best rapper in the
No,
world.
not at all. Not at all. Because like I said, you also have to be multicultural, right? When it comes to being in the field where you're doing counseling with a variety of different demographics of people, right?
Right.
So, for example, let's say if I had a client who was Asian American and the whole family was Asian American, I have to be aware that there may be certain limitations to what I know and how I approach counseling from my lens as a black male.
Well, I'm gonna say this: like, if I don't know something as a fact, like, perfect. This is I use a lot of analogies. Child soldiers in Africa, right? I don't know nothing about that, so I don't have an opinion on it. I don't live there. I ain't been there. I haven't done my homework on it, so my opinion is gonna be probably often wrong. So I don't even have an opinion because I know it's not based on nothing.
Exactly. So in the field of counseling, what I would do is
you go into like that where
I would
culture
understand.
that same mindset.
I would understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I'm limited in this, right? So I'm gonna educate my client on my ignorance when it comes to these things.
You a powerful brother.
Now,
man.
as my client, if we can come to an agreement or understanding of how we could possibly work to help them
to
meet
bridge
their
that
goals,
gap,
then it doesn't matter as long as I continue to be informed and work with them. But they could say, I don't feel comfortable talking to a black male.
And that's understandable. It's your
therapy. And that doesn't mean that I'm a bad therapist.
No, it's
and that doesn't mean that they're
a bad person.
No, or they hate black people.
They just want somebody that looks like it's whatever.
It could be anything. It could be looks like that. It could be
you
whatever
have to be
makes them
so
feel
understanding as a therapist.
You see what I'm saying? So a
Actually,
lot of people,
as a person, people should be more understanding and kind and think like that day to
when
day.
I first came in, man, I had whites that I would be doing counseling with, and the father would be looking and he'll making a racist remark, all kinds of different things. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about, like you said, having that self-awareness, being informed.
It ain't about you.
And it's not, especially not the time that I'm spending with my clients. It's not about me at all.
And this was even played by you getting paid for it, so it's definitely not about me. It's all about
and
you.
it's not about the money either.
Yeah, you just love helping me, man.
It's about helping someone find what it is that they need to find to put them in a better place, stay in a better place, or maneuver through rocky circumstances in life that could affect their perception of themselves or others. Because things can happen in your life, like you said, have you thinking one way, and it could be totally different.
Right. That's often what it is.
So a lot of times if we don't have that self-awareness or the ability to even cope with different factors in our life that could affect our behavior, we could turn into, a different person. So
that's why I think everybody should meditate. Meditate for 10 minutes a day at least. It gives you time to reflect, it gives you time to think. You can ruminate on stuff that happened when you were 5 that's still bothering you to this day.
Yeah, meditation is a great mindfulness technique to help keep those thoughts going and allow you to, like you said, reflect and kind of find and configure better ways to maneuver through different scenarios, or what we call repeated scenarios, that things that will continue to arise. For example, if you have an issue with your baby mama and how y'all communicate during that meditation time, you may be able to come up with a better way to try to approach conversations with her, or at least manage your feelings to where they don't affect the interaction.
Communication can save a nation.
It's a fact.
Universal law. Now, one of my favorite things, because like I'm right now I'm doing Vipassana meditation, but I love mindfulness too. So it's just Vipassana is just being aware of everything you're doing. If I'm breathing in, I'm breathing in. I'm exhaling, I'm exhaling. And so you kind of break it down to the most minuscule point, so where you're aware of everything that your body's doing, and then you're able to project that outward. So you're aware of yourself and the world that you interact with others. And the same thing that you were saying about how when you go out to a client that's not like you, and you have to accept that you guys are different, so you're automatically looking at it from their point of view.
Right.
It's Vipassana is like doing that naturally. That once you see yourself within, you're able to see yourself outwardly.
Right.
And it's a beautiful practice, man.
Right, and I mean, and that's like one of the biggest things that I tried to master, you know, on a day-to-day basis, and I haven't mastered it by any means, but just trying to learn to be more self-aware through my interactions with others.
And that's why I said then was how often the one thing that we both need to survive is breathing, but we never think about it. So if you start your self-awareness on that, and that's simple. Every time you breathe, oh, I'm breathing in. Oh, I'm breathing out. If you just subconsciously do that, or if you consciously do it so much it becomes subconscious, your self-awareness, I swear to God, trust me, try that first.
And it also kind of goes into what we call in the therapeutic realm grounding techniques.
That's exactly what it is.
So
they ground you.
When say we're going through an anxiety attack or we're about to go crazy,
just focus on your breath.
Just
something
taking
you can control.
a second to go into the here and now, right? And like you said,
man,
breathe in and out.
Oh my God, bro! You know, I don't mean this.
Ground your feet. You know,
I don't mean
touch
this.
The table.
Therapy is a scam because you just said what meditation did for me.
Oh, it's not a scam.
Oh, you're right. I know it's not a scam. Not a scam, but people can do it for free.
How?
Meditate.
But how's meditation gonna help? Meditation don't help everybody.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
People have mental health diagnoses that they have to take medication for.
See, I was being selfish. I was thinking about me.
You just did the same thing. I told
just said
you gotta put some respect on my shit, man.
I'm bad, bro.
This is not no scam, fam. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put some respect
bro.
on shit. That's what a lot of us, African American males especially, that's what we think. It's a scam.
Well, no, to be honest with you, I think a lot of us need to go to therapy. It would help. It would help all of us, man.
But you gotta think about it. You saying we can just take 10 minutes and meditate.
But we need more therapists like you that look like us.
That's not gonna help. You gotta go out here in these streets though every day.
Nah, well that's true.
Your cousin got shot. Your daddy got shot.
Right.
And they shooting your house up every day. Yeah, you can meditate. But I mean, what else?
Get them strapped from 4, 5, and 9.
What if you can't sleep behind that shit?
You're right.
You think meditation is gonna just it's a whole scope of practice, man, you know, when it comes to therapy and therapeutic interventions that can help us cope. See, that's the thing with us African American males. We think therapy's a scam, but you know what I think is a scam? Weed. I think beer's a scam.
Oh, all that.
I think liquor's a scam.
Cigarettes is a scam.
Because guess what? We can have a therapy session and talk about grief or somebody passing or something that's, you know, a pressing factor for you. And I guarantee you'll feel better the next day through this conversation than you will if you drink a 6-pack or drink some liquor or smoke some weed. So that's the real scam. And that's $1 million worth of game right there.
Shout out Wallow and Giddy.
But nah, in essence though, that's
but
the
no,
reason
you're
why
absolutely right, man. Like a lot of times, and I guess the reason why me as a black man has not gone to a therapist is because I feel like it's going to be a white person there that's already judging me because they don't know what I've been through because they're white. They don't know the trauma a black person has. And what if it's a black guy that's, you know, I don't want to say, like, what if it's a black guy that's been, oftentimes if you're a doctor, you know, or something like that, you've probably been around a lot of real white people. And so what if he's a Carlton type of guy?
Right.
And I'm a DJ Jazzy Jeff type of guy.
That's the whole,
it's gonna be a huge disconnect.
That's why you gotta find a therapist that
like you
meets Your expectations. I mean, that's
you done check everything, bro.
I mean, that's just for me. If you feel that way, but like I said, in essence, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got some, like I said, Caucasian women. You know what I'm saying? I can work with them, and they like working with me. I got transgender clients. You know what I'm saying? Clients that's actually transitioning to another sex.
Well, to be honest, you're a very welcoming individual. So I think you transcend just your race alone.
Right, I do. I feel as though I do, and I'm still continuing to become multicultural and I take those. I take those clients. You know, it's like it's a challenge sometimes, but I don't shy away from the challenge. You know, we're all.
That's because you love what you do, man.
Right,
I love that, right?
Right. We're all on board, man. I don't see color, so.
I ain't gonna lie.
But I do know that color matters when it comes to my target audience, which is African American males, right? That look like me or that are going through what I'm going through or will go through. Exactly. And
being
like
black
said,
in America, bro.
a lot of times
it's a trauma alone. We all need therapy for that.
Right, and if you got a person that may not look like you may not be willing to.
They don't know what it's like to be black in America. It's gonna be hard to go to therapy. It's gonna be hard to open up because you already have a disconnect. Right. But you can save a lot of people, man.
That's the whole goal, man. You know, somebody listens, but you know, and we're working with children and young adolescents, especially in at-risk populations. A lot of my clients are Department of Juvenile Justice, so they've either come out of YDC or they're on the brink of going in, just through all the stuff they're doing. You know, all kind of stuff, criminal activity. You know, I got some that I can talk to. And you know, I can give them those gems, and they'll take what they can take from it, and it'll help in some ways. And I got some that just don't take it, and they end up catching the water.
Can't make them drink.
So, you know, it's definitely, like I said, it's nothing never dull in this field. You know, I see a lot of stuff, so you know, it's not for the faint of heart.
Could you tell me right now the craziest story, or could you tell me the craziest thing you ever heard?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's just so much stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You mean the craziest one?
I've had.
And then afterwards, we're gonna make a story time about this, bro. We can do a cartoon.
I mean, I've had like my stuff. It ain't even no cartoon. Like it's not cartoon worthy. Like it's not good stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that make you go cry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have you ever cried after like a therapy session?
No. You know, that's just a part of
taking yourself out of it.
You're going to school. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to learn to be self-aware.
Do therapists have therapists?
You should. You definitely
That's
should.
a great answer.
Yeah, you definitely should. You know, sometimes we so burnt out working with others.
Like knowledge on the whole world.
It's just
like
you can't even deal with your own stuff sometimes. So that's why you gotta always be.
You constantly.
Self-care.
Do you think more about your clients' situation sometimes than your own issues personally?
Well, it's not more so thinking about, but it's just, you know, what we're dealing with at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really, as a therapist, you gotta learn how to cut it off.
Yeah.
You gotta cut it off. If not, you can think about the stuff all night, dreaming about it. And you can overstep boundaries that are not therapeutically safe. At your own emotions, at the risk of your own emotions.
I'm pretty sure y'all had like probably a couple month-long courses on this.
Oh man, this is years.
Years-long courses. Yeah, they have to drill that into you.
Years.
Therapists are really like. Now that I'm thinking about it, you guys are like. You can get extremely intimate with everybody that you're talking to because people. You're a therapist, so we naturally open up and trust you with everything. Right. So it's like you're having an infant in your hands, man. You control them. Seriously.
It's not, but
not control, but you can manipulate them.
I mean, but that's why you have to go through so many different things to where you're vetted. You can't just do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it could be a scam if you were
a bad guy.
Right, but it's gonna be so much red tape that you got to get through to where if you're a scam type person,
you wouldn't get it.
It's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's too many boards of ethics.
Perfect. That's what I want to know.
Things of that nature that check you, so you can't just go out here and do what you want to do.
And people can tell if you're not genuine about what you're doing. So they have red flag right now.
That as well. And just aside from that, you know, unethical practices. Like if I was just here and say, man, I got a story. Let me tell you about, this girl named Elizabeth, man, and woo. That could get me scrapped. Quick. If the wrong person heard or saw that.
Yeah.
So
and you're a solid dude, man.
We're really diaries.
He ain't say no names, not once, y'all. He a street.
No, but I can tell you, I've had experiences where I've had to deal with abusive fathers or children that have had incest, brother-sister incest. Father has a baby with her. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of different things. But this is what's going on in the world. And if we don't talk about it, then people will think that it's not happening. So, these are horror stories. You know what I'm saying? People will do anything out here, especially with kids and children, And then just generational trauma, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, drug abuse. All these things affect not only the individual, the children, the community, and everybody else in between. Teachers that got to teach these kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much, that happens. It's a chain reaction. So, the craziest thing I've seen is everything. I tell people,
that's sad.
The world that y'all are in is black and white. All this is black and white. But the world under there, the underground world, that's the one with the color in it. You'll see all kind of stuff you ain't never seen. He'd be like this all day.
Living in color.
You know what I'm saying? In the worst way. It's like this. If you just stay above surface and you just think everything's good all the time,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
The world is not good at all. It's a sad place if you really think about it.
It's a lot of sad stuff going on.
Yeah, so. People don't care about it. We worry about the next iPhone. There's people dying every day. They don't make no. It's sad. I don't even want to talk about that because it make me cry with it.
I mean, this is the reality that we live in.
That's just the life, man. It's cool, bro. It's good days and it's bad days. That's just the world. Yin and yang. It's a balance to everything. Yeah. No such thing as right. There was no things wrong.
And the thing just beat.
Oh yeah, I heard something deep. So we gonna cut this quick.
Yeah.
Faymous Productions. We out, man. CT. Ready for coming, man.
I'll let y'all next time. That's pretty good.
No, I was thinking we should like a current topic version of like a quick little 5 minute or something like that podcast in front of the mirror. Just some homie shit.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. I'll post this one in a little bit. Watch that first though. Let me see what we can improve on for the next one.
Now let's just keep going, man. While I'm in the creative mode.
Alright, bet.